there are only so many topics you can discuss on social media unless you are, rediscovering fire. But even if you are saying something, I'm not the first person to talk about women in their 30s and older living their best lives. But from the perspective of, us being West African millennials, we have a very heavy anti-culture. Toxic auntification just came naturally to me. Someone in another part of the world might have a different version. I just came up with the version that I felt would resonate with West African millennials, the junior aunties or the aunties in training. And people just like that. It's a different take on an existing topic, and people want a fresh take.
Yeah. Okay, so break it down. Toxic auntification. If we were to look it up in Dictionary of Kimberly, what exactly does that mean?
The thing about toxic auntification is it just came to me one day after I had shot a video for my brand where I was wearing very short shorts and a very crop top. And someone said, Kim, people around that age don't want to wear this anymore. Someone said that, like, this is cute, but I don't think it will sell.
Right.
And I said, but why? And he said, people just don't want to wear that. And I was like, this is toxic auntification. So initially I thought I had heard it somewhere. So I started Googling. I find toxic, of course.
Yes.
A few sprinkles of auntification. But toxic auntification, I couldn't find anywhere. And I said, where did I hear this? So I started searching Twitter. I started searching TikTok. I can't find it anywhere. So I just claimed it for myself. It just came from my mind. So subsequently, every few weeks, I Google it and I only see my name under it. So now that's my baby. I
love that.
Yeah, I've held on to it and I'm running with it.
How do you make sure nobody steals it?
There's really no way. But once you've, I would say, coined it, you really have to run with it. Like I said, if it means something to you, you need to explain what it means to other people. You need to embody it. You need to practice it. You need to preach it so authentically that if anyone was to try and do the same thing, it wouldn't hit as hard as it did when you did it. And it goes back to authenticity. I really do live this. I'm always on an adventure. I'm always in real life fighting toxic auntification. So when it came to me, it just felt like a natural progression of what I've been doing since I reached my 30s.
And of course, you identify as a millennial woman. How old are you?
I'm 36. I just turned 36.
And I know you don't shy away from saying your age, which I love. I find very refreshing because you reach a certain age. At one point, I used to document all my birthdays with the cake with the age. I realized after 30, I was like, it's okay. Do the math. Go back in time and you do your own math and you figure it out for you. Do your Googles. Do it yourself. What makes millennial women different from other generations? So I believe we're sandwiched in between the boomers and the Gen Zs. What makes us different?
I think millennial women are the first generation of women who have the freedom that our grandmothers could only dream of. We have freedom and access that a generation ago, women would just sit around and say, could you imagine? Could you imagine if I didn't have to do this? Could you imagine if I could do this? And now we finally have it. The only thing is we have it on paper. A lot of millennials are hesitant to test it out. It's like having a license and then you never drive. So I feel like that's the difference. This is the first time in recent history where women have the freedoms that women before us thought were a fantasy and thought would never happen. I think that makes us unique. The Gen Zs have the freedom as well.
And they're using it.
They are. And I'm very proud of them for that. But millennials were really the first generation to have it all at once and have the opportunity to use it on a large scale because of the internet.
Esedo, you are Gen Z. How old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay, so you're just in the upper end of Gen Zism.
Yeah.
And would you agree with Kim that you guys are really using the freedom?
Well, I am glad that you said I'm just, it's just like a borderline.
Yeah.
And so for me, I've had to experience a bit of what you have.
Okay.
because I feel I'm millennial in my mind.
Okay.
Because some decisions that my very friends who are also Gen Zs will make, I find myself having to overthink about so many things before I make them.
Okay.
I don't know if it makes any sense, but then I just feel within me that, you know what, even though you have all the freedom, I mean, no one is going to hold you at gunpoint to not to make some decisions.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you're looking at a lot of factors, and so I think that there's some bits and pieces of us. It's more like we are intertwined, to you are having all of that emotions in there. But it's beautiful to be Gen Z, and it's beautiful to also be millennial, because I actually love the freedom that it comes to, because I think that whole freedom is all in your mind, and it helps you navigate life easy, because you can absolutely do anything and everything that you want to.
I mean, I think that also comes with getting older. Generally, you start to not care about certain things as much. I don't know if that cuts across or if that's maybe specific to myself, but I remember at some point maybe turning 33, and I thought, actually I'm in charge.
You're grown.
I'm grown.
You're grown up.
You can't beat me.
You can't do
nothing. You can't catch me.
Can't do me focal.
Nothing. I was like, every now and again, because especially when I lived with my parents, if my dad sees you eating very late, then he will stop and pause. Are you going to eat that? Are you aware of your stomach size? Are you aware that it's 9 o'clock? And then you'd feel so bad. And so that was ingrained in my brain. So one day I must have been eating late and like rushing the food. And I was like, do you know what? It can be 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. or midnight. It can be 2 a.m. I'm eating this food. I'm in charge.
Period.
You do what you like.
I do what I like.
Yeah,
you feel me? And it's empowering and it's very, very freeing. But Kim, why do you think that at some point, even though, yes, we do get older, we feel more empowered and confident, we start to succumb to some of the pressure that we resented from older women when we were younger? We start to become the toxic aunties that we loathed before.
I think, and one of my favorite flavors of anything in the world is introspection. And lots of people lack introspection. So they don't realize that they are morphing into the thing they hate, or the thing that oppressed them and the thing that bullied them. It's like when we were in boarding school. You were in Form 1, you go to Form 2, you go to Form 3. Yeah. When you were in Form 1, you didn't like the Form 3s. Let's say you have a difficult time with the Form 3.
Yeah.
How did you, in Form 3, now become the thing you hate? Never at any point do most people stop and think, how did this person who was there before me, who had qualities I didn't really like, how did they get there? Surely no one was born a toxic auntie. So while you are living your life, are you stopping and asking yourself whether I'm on the path I want to be? A lot of people don't like to do that, because a lot of people don't like the reflection of their personality, and they are afraid to be faced with who they are, and they find it difficult to tell themselves some hard truths. So by the time the transformation is complete, you are in full dragon mode. And there's nothing you can really do about it. Introspection is so important for every single person in every aspect of their life. You have to keep checking that you are on the path to where you want to be and far away from the path where you are avoiding. A lot of people don't do that. So inevitably, they end up becoming the thing that they never wanted to be.
How do you practically check yourself, like as Kim, when you find yourself slipping into toxic auntification? And in fact, my first question should be, are you immune to toxic auntification?
I am not immune to toxic auntification, which is why once I committed to the toxic auntification movement and lifestyle, I came up with Aborampa, which is initially I wanted to call it Granny Core, and then I Googled, because I like to do my Googles. I want to make sure I'm not claiming anything that belongs to someone. And Granny Core was its own aesthetic. So I'm like, we are West Africans, so I'm staying in the theme of West Africa and Ghana, Aborampa. Nobody has claimed it yet. I feel like toxic auntification shouldn't get to the point where now you are fighting so hard to be younger than you are. It's okay to be your age.
Is there such a thing as acting too young or being too young?
For every stage in life, you have to acknowledge that this is where I am. as you said before, I'm always proudly mentioning my age. I am 36 years old. There is no need for me to try and be 27 years old. Each stage in life comes with its own experiences.
See, you're lucky you work out, so your knees will not betray you. Some of us, we can't even attempt because the body will say,
You know, even if your knees are not, cooperating, as far as your behavior, your perspectives, trying to, I want to sit with the kids, you don't have to do that. You can be your age and then come, just accept the fact that, my knees they don't work as well. It's a miracle. It's okay. But sometimes there are other things that do work, that you could use, that you could do, but you're not doing because toxic identification. If you can't do it, you can't do it. But there are other things that you can't do. I'm always arguing with people because I interview fellow millennials for...
Interview Abros.
Yes, the Abros in training. And it's always, we and these are very progressive women. At some point in the interview, we get to a huge can't. Why can't you do this? Why can't you wear a crop top? Because I love a crop top. The emblem of my page, crop top, roller skates. Why can't you wear a crop top? And the answers always confuse me because it's like, I just can't. Ghana police isn't going to stop you if you wear a crop top. The army isn't going to stop you if you wear. The crop top, it's a mental block. So once you are asking yourself, once you get to a point where you are saying, I don't want to do this, you have to be brave enough to ask why. And really sit with the answer and be honest with yourself about the answer. Is it because of, your stomach? But you had the stomach when you were 20, you wore a crop top. So what is it about the same stomach now? That it's one thing if you don't have the same. Yeah, but people will say, which people? You don't even know these people. Yeah. You don't know these people. Society, who? Name 10 people in the society. So just wear the crop top if you want to wear the crop top. That's how I feel. I hope I answered your question. I feel like I've gone off script.
I wanted to know about, the introspection bit because I think that so many millennials fail to do that. They fail to have more like a deeper look into themselves and they end up projecting. And for us as Gen Zs, that whole projection bit, we interpret it as coming from a point where you didn't get certain privileges, certain opportunities, and so that's how we see it. But here you are and you're telling me that millennials are the first class of people who actually enjoy that much freedom. So why are we at the point where a millennial is looking at a Gen Z in a certain way and the energy is off sometimes?
It's the introspection. And like I said, it takes a level of bravery to be introspective because you might not like the answer.
That's right.
And a lot of people don't want to ask themselves those questions. I can ask myself, why did I do this? I was being can I say asshole? Okay, I was being a jerk. Yeah. I can say, why did I do this? I wasn't being very nice when I did that. Or maybe why am I looking at it this way? I'm being, a little harsh with this person. I'm being a little harsh with myself. I'm rushing this person. I'm being impatient. Recently, this week, 2 weeks ago, actually, I was talking to my cousin, Haina. I was telling her, I really need to chill because I find that I'm a little over-confrontational.
Okay.
With people. I like to hash things out. And sometimes I interpret people's behavior as, hostile when the person wasn't really meaning it like that. And I was talking about a specific instance where I feel like someone had bumped into me at the gym. Someone had bumped into me. And since then, I've been feeling like, this girl. And then I've observed her since, and she's just kind of like a little...
She's just clumsy.
She's a bit, moving up and down, knocking into things. But before this, I had just assumed that she had carelessly bumped into me and just, So I was ready for the next time she bumped into me.
Uh-oh.
And I told her, I asked her, I said, now, maybe I'm the villain here. Preemptively fighting with this girl. And this girl probably has no idea she even bumped into me the first time. Right. So this is where I had to come face to face with the fact that I was fully preparing to be the bad guy. And being honest with myself about it. Not everybody wants to be honest about the role they play in someone's story. If I had met her another time and she had accidentally bumped into me again and I had made it an issue, I would have been the villain, the bad guy in that story. And I own up to it. And now, should it happen again, I would likely be like, hey, you bumped into me. And she'll probably go, I didn't notice. if I hadn't done some introspection and been honest with myself, pointed the finger at myself, I would never have gotten to that point. And maybe we could be cordial, we could be cool.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people are committed to being the savior and the hero. I always say I'm not afraid to be the villain. So the bravery and the introspection, you have to have it, or else you will never progress, you will never change. And in this specific instance, if I didn't do the work, who would Kim be in the next 10 years? An overly confrontational person, an overly aggressive person. And is that who I want to be? No.
So you've also got to, from what I gather, you've also got to be willing to sit in the discomfort of the realization that you're not as perfect as your brain.
Yeah, no, in fact, sometimes you are the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really have to.
And sometimes it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's life.
Yeah.
Let's talk about finding happiness in yourself. And us women sometimes waiting for external achievements, money, attention, validation before we allow ourselves to feel fulfilled. How do we not allow this ambition to become our entire personality?
When it comes to ambition, I feel that I'm an ambitious person, but I'm still a person, which means my whole life I'm not a machine. So I'm not a tool. A tool's only purpose is to work. Because I'm not a tool, my only purpose cannot only be to work. So you work, you rest. In between races, you take time off. Even Olympians rest. And I feel like that's the perfect balance to be ambitious and still be a person, an ambitious person.
Okay, that makes sense. Time check, it is 16 minutes to the top of the hour, 11 a.m. You're still locked in live right here on Funky Friday on 3 Lounge on 3FM 92.7. We have joined the crusade to fight toxic auntification. We're talking about millennial culture and extending the conversation beyond that to how you and I can, shall I say, level up, do some introspection, fight the beliefs that are maybe limiting us, limiting our happiness, and so on and so forth. Let's talk about the soft life and social media validation. Everybody's doing something exciting. Is it true that everybody's living their best life? Everybody is in Paris today and in NYC tomorrow, and their kids are so well behaved, and everybody has the hugest rock on their finger, and they're sailing off into the sunset, and we are just here suffering.
It can't be true.
But that's what
possible.
The data is suggesting online.
The data is cap. The data is cap. It's not possible. Everyone is posting their wins and hiding their secret failures, which is normal. There's no reason why you would want to propagate your failures. So I feel like everyone just needs to take a chill pill and understand that the way you are posting your best, the next person is doing the same. But with that in mind, I always remember the reverse. There are people while people are posting their best, there are also people who aren't even posting the best. They're actually saving the best, they're hiding the best. So I realized that there are two groups of people who like to cope and say, there's one group that likes, everyone is doing better than me. That's not good. But what also is not good is, I'm sure everybody is flopping. Actually, some people are doing even better than you think. As long as you separate your mindset from both of these groups and focus on yourself, you will do what you're supposed to do. Some people are hiding their best wins. It's even better than what they are posting online. So if you think that you are going to tell yourself, this couple, they are probably, it's probably tears behind the scene. You don't even, little do you know.
Yeah.
And then there's also, conversely, there's someone who's posting what you think is the best and it's tears behind it. You cannot focus on them, just focus on your own self. But it is impossible that every single person online is representing themselves 100%. It doesn't speak to the nature of human behavior. It's our nature to put our best foot forward, or at the very least, curate what we put to the world. So I think it's something that everyone needs to keep in mind.
I love that perspective. Also thinking about it, that listen, some people are winning hardcore, and you're not even getting a glimpse into what that hardcore winning looks like. So you are tickling yourself and laughing at the same time, thinking,
yeah. She
only posted one dinner this week. Meanwhile, she owns a restaurant.
Exactly.
So don't be fooled by what you see online. Is there pressure though, like real pressure? Do you ever feel that pressure? I said, I'll ask you as well. Do you ever feel that pressure to, show that you are also doing good and you're doing well and you're flourishing?
I have to say, I had to really force myself to be visible online.
Okay, you didn't even want to show yourself, period.
I really didn't. Circumstances led me to set up Mosaic. I've become more visible online, but the process was me entering it kicking and screaming. I didn't want to do it. It started from me posting for my fashion brand during the pandemic when because of social distancing, I couldn't work with models, couldn't work with makeup artists, so I started grudgingly posting myself. So honestly, I'd rather not post myself at all. But when I look at the data, I look and I see I'm posting, it's working, I'm getting, it doesn't make sense to hide. So I just try to keep parts of myself to myself and then share what I think is relevant to share. I'm always clear with people that I'm not an extrovert. I always have to tell people, I'm not an extrovert. I'm a very outspoken introvert.
Okay.
People just think, because you're so opinionated, I am an introvert. I prefer to be by myself. I prefer to be behind the scenes. So the compromise I made with myself is to share parts of myself intentionally and authentically. I can't lie. Not that I can't lie, but I got very bored when I was posting a very, hi, welcome to, we are doing this tutorial. I got so bored with it. So inevitably, I stray back to my true personality. I just like to share intentionally. But whatever you see is me.
Esayida, what about you? Do you ever feel the pressure to curate an aesthetic for your socials and to show that you two are living that soft life?
Never. Okay, it's not because I'm here on radio or here with the two of you. I've never felt that pressure. I think mostly because I grew up with a lot of millennials around me. And the very true ones I grew up around, they love even the good things. They keep it. You will never hear them talk about it. And so I think that it's one of the things that influenced, how I thought, the things I do and how I do them. And I
Were they afraid of the witches in their hometown?
It's more like, they enjoy that privacy that it came with. I know, sorry that I have to mention her name here, but Baba from GMB fame, from 2017, she's a lawyer now, she's an Esquire now. And throughout the time she was in law school, everything was just in her quiet. I'll go visit her from when I was in Cape Coast, and then I'll see her reading all of the books. And I'm just opposing it to now. My very, Gen Z nature, you'll be forced to, like I'm doing this right now, you would want people to have that real-time feel of what you are doing, and so you'll be propelled, or you'll be forced, you would want to post it online and all of that. But I think it takes away the substance, it takes away the weight of it. And I've had to, I really enjoy the little joys that come with having fun without, putting it all out there. If I put something out there, it means that I genuinely want to share. I want people to, and I think I don't know if it's just to me, but if I'm doing something, I would want to finish it. I would want to see it come to fruition before finally, what they say about where we find ourselves, that the Western side is different. But when it comes to Africa, there are lots of things going on there too.
Oh, you mean like what Helen said with the village people?
And sometimes you would want to also...
I hold my hands up. There are certain things that I never share, like the dates of when I'm getting on a plane.
Millennial
core, because I am very open. I love to share. I've always shared a bit too much online, but there are certain things even for me and a chronic oversharer would not post the day I'm getting on a plane. Even when you ask me on the phone, soon I'm going to...
You don't share with anyone?
I try not to, because I don't...
People who when they are coming, it's so easy. You can even call them months before. Oh, when are you coming? Oh, these are my dates, everything. And then, but no, for us, and I share in what she's saying, please.
Yeah, there's a few things that I do. That and... Funnily enough, the day I land, I don't mind
Okay.
sharing the
Already
day.
landed.
But the day I'm going, I typically won't say it to anybody until I've arrived.
Yeah.
It's something I don't know. It's a very
don't want to
it's
jinx anything.
Very, very Ghanaian of me, and a few other things they're not top of mind at the moment. But there are a few things that I refuse to share
and
because I
think
don't
maybe
want.
when there's a new deal, when there's something about to happen, I
certain
prefer I
things,
seal
certain
them
things.
off before letting the world know about it.
So moving in silence like a benkwai.
Moving in silence like I've been crying.
Is that a Brewa core?
Oh no, this is an expression that you've heard this before, right?
No,
It's
like I mean
Benkwai.
keeping things.
Oh, okay.
Is
Keeping
that-
things to yourself, it might be. I think that this is a concept that has like pre-existed.
Yeah.
It's again,
been there
it's
since.
West African core. Let's
Yeah.
see, but
Yes.
yeah, I think this is something. I mean, you're nowhere near, fighting toxic attitude, but you do it. So, and I'm sure there are people younger than you who do
Yeah.
it. So I don't think it's exclusively Abiwako. I think it's West African core.
West African core.
We'll break now for a little bit of music. Of course, DJ Phil is here. When we come back, I want us to get into this saying that I absolutely hate. I hate it. I won't tell you what it is. Stick with us. Millennial man, Gen Z, a boomer. I think we can all take something away from this conversation this morning. I said I was going to segue into another part of the conversation with this quote that I absolutely hate. I say it all the time on radio. Women are their own worst enemies. Boring. Come up with something new. And does that also, make you roll your eyes?
I'm rolling my eyes to the back of my head because I posted a video about you recently. And
That's right.
Yeah, I got a little negative feedback from, the manosphere.
The men were in the comment. What were you people doing there?
They always find their way to groups of women somehow. And, they had a few, points that they had to make. I hear them out. I don't agree that women are our worst enemies.
At the risk of annoying myself and raising my blood pressure, what were some of the points that were raised?
My argument was that...
from the men.
From the men.
Yeah.
My argument was that women who are male-centered are each other's enemies because there's no honor amongst thieves. And someone gave a very convoluted response about... Well, Jesus died amongst thieves. So what are you doing about the pastors in the church who are dating women? I said, what? That was number one. That made absolutely no sense. And I had to really sit with it for a few days. And even after letting it marinate, it still made no sense. And I even asked my followers. Nobody could decipher it. And then someone else said, oh, you are only hating because you are not getting, male attention. And I said, but here you are giving me male attention. So you are kind of canceling out your own points. And, a few, comments, but I made my point and I stand by it. Women are not each other's worst enemies. I've been supported more by women I don't know, women I know, women I'm even, competing with than like the average man. Women are not each other's worst enemies at all.
I mean, that doesn't... Not to say that we don't have angst amongst each other. Who doesn't? Men go out and shoot each other, and yet we don't.
And they don't brand it as men are each other's enemies.
The violence perpetrated, man to man is vast. We don't go and say men are their own worst enemies. Small eye rolling and and then all of a sudden, we're out for blood. Oh, come off it. Let's talk about friendships then, as a millennial woman in particular, and how important it is to surround yourself with the kind of energy that is beneficial to you as an individual.
My female friendships are the spice and flavor of my life.
Oh, I like that. The spice and flavor
of my life. My female friends make my life so happy. My chosen family, and throughout my interviews with Toxic Antification, which I'm so glad I incorporated into the brand because it allows me to share other women's perspectives. I found that what I initially thought was that, everyone is going out making new friends. I find that a lot of millennial women, as we are getting older, don't make new friends. And I was a little disappointed by it. And I realized it's not that we are not making I make new friends all the time, but it's not that women are 30 starting making new friends. They are being more intentional about making friends. At least those who are not, as I said, male-centered. Those who genuinely enjoy the company and genuine friendship of women. They enjoy being friends with women, but we are being more intentional about it. But I have to say, Helen, the women I know who value their female friendships, they have a pep in their step. Their lives, they also have spice and flavor, in their lives. They talk about their goals, their dreams, and then it's like interspersed with, and my friend said, and my friend did, and my friend shared, and my friend won, and I was with her, and I celebrated her, and it's so fulfilling even to hear. Like, I get secondhand fulfillment hearing other women talk about their friends and how much they love them. I feel the good vibes, and I haven't even met your friend. And that's how I know it's a good culture all around. Female friendships are, I love it. I need it. I wish every woman had it.
I agree. I've been lucky enough to have a good crop of friends for 20 plus years. So I'm definitely a beneficiary of that warmth that female friendships provide, that safety nets, that boost. I mean, nobody gasses you up more than your friends. if you listen to the way your friends talk about you, you believe you can do anything, and it's such a very, very powerful thing. I find myself in a very different season, so I don't get to hang out as much with my friends, and that makes me very sad. But that accumulation of life experiences with my friends, it's what keeps me going. It's what sustains me. It's always a safe place to land. I know that I'm very wealthy in this lifetime because I have such good friends, and so I've not had the displeasure of experiencing this alleged, women are their worst enemies. I mean, have I encountered some very very annoying women in life? I mean, who hasn't? It's part of the course, it's life, but it hasn't made me think, oh, I'd rather, go and join a group of men and be in their friend group. I don't know what it would take. If all the women in the world even turned against me, it would still be very difficult for me to go and be a part of a male fraternity. But that's just me. And every time you say that, there's some pushback, and I don't know why there's such pushback. Maybe people have had legitimate, experiences that make them very passionate about this, other crusade about women being their own enemies. But from where I stand, and clearly from where Kim stands, it's a beautiful place to be. Find your kinfolk, find your tribe, and then stay there comfortably. But have you had friendship fallouts?
I have. I'm a notorious cutter offer. I always say I'm sharp your knife.
Oh, Kim, we were just talking about the kumbaya and the flavor and the spice.
Don't worry, I can defend myself.
Okay.
My thing is, I feel that so many people hold on to friendships that have, the friendship has run its course. And people are holding on to the friendship. You are holding on for so long that now you become enemies. Sometimes you have to let people go, let people fly away. And they might come back. Sometimes someone can't be your friend at a specific time because at that specific time in your lives, you can't be friends. So maybe leave things on a good note and leave the door open for reconciliation later when you are in, a state of mind, state of being where, you can find a common ground. But sometimes people will hold on to friendships not knowing they are holding on to resentment.
Yeah.
And then I've never, even with, and I when I say I cut people, I'm being hyperbolic, I'm exaggerating. But even with my female friends that I've fallen out with, I always say that it says so much about them and hopefully myself that I've never had a bad falling out.
Okay.
It's never been we are cussing each other out. I can't fathom it. I cannot fathom it. Even with the people that I'm no longer friends with, it was okay, we are taking a step back from each other. And I feel like that says a lot, even in the midst of disagreements, that we still respect the foundation of our friendship, even if it's ended permanently, temporarily. No one is crossing boundaries, and I think that says a lot. And for me, that's better than holding on to someone and you resent them.
I am firmly on this table because I am a chronic runner away from conversations that need to be had, and that definitely builds resentment.
It does.
It's not good for your health at all.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'll have the conversation, but if I feel like we still can't agree, and at a point, there's agreeing to disagree, and then there's, your stance on this is just, I just can't reconcile this with where I'm at in my life right now. It's like a huge boulder, between us. It's, at this point, we just need to take steps back, and maybe later, it's possible, but you can't have that later. I don't think you can, let me speak for myself. I don't think I can have that later if I knew that we let things fester to the point where, resentment sets in, hate sets in, anger, insults. Oh my goodness. When I hear people are fighting and, insults are being thrown, I don't even know what to do with myself. I don't know what to say. How did it get to this point?
And I mean, it gets ugly, low blows, personal information getting held back and forth. You think, hey, you guys used to be
when I hear people
close.
get into physical fights, I feel like I want to faint. How did you get to this point? How did you let things get this bad? You could have just let the person go. But, to each her own. But for me, if it's time to step back, it's time to let this person go with love.
Yeah, I think that's important. Some wise words there from Kimberly. And like I said, this conversation cuts across different generations. So it's not even just about, the millennial woman, but I think there's something to be said about even how the millennial woman goes about friendships as well. I think, what would you say sets us apart from maybe the boomer generation as far as friendships are concerned?
I think the boomer generation is very, my partner is my friend. My partner is my friend. But millennial women have embraced the concept of your friends being your life partners in maybe a different way from your romantic partner.
Yeah.
Partner can mean different things. Partner can mean your romantic partner. I think there's even, did you tweet that, Helen? Could be,
somebody else said that, but I
you remember that
it. Yes,
like,
are we? Is it a heist?
Is it a heist? You never know exactly.
Yes.
A partner could be anyone that you are, like this with on a specific path. I think the boomer generation, for them, the partner was the romantic partner. Anybody else was some sort of outlier. But millennials have really embraced the concept of, maybe and this is famously from one of my favorite shows, Sex and the City. Maybe my friends could be my soulmates.
That's right.
And men, a man is a man. He's your romantic partner.
Yeah.
But your friends share part of your soul that your romantic partner might never even see.
That's right.
And it gives your life more, that's why I say spice and flavor. This person gives this feeling, this person gives this vibe, this person. Millennials, I feel we've embraced that more. And millennials don't see their friends as much of a threat as boomers tend to. Boomers tend to follow very strict rules of your friend can't be friends with your romantic partner.
Yeah.
Your friends can't be even cordial with your romantic partner. But we are more, we even want to know, do you like my partner?
Yeah.
Do you think, he treats me well? We consider what our friends think, without being, while still having a mind of your own. But do you think my partner treats me well? Do you think he's respectful? Do you think we are compatible? I don't think boomers really consider that. In fact, if you were to, say I don't like this guy, that would be considered a big no-no. So I think that's one of the differences. We really embrace friendship as part of our life, path. And boomers are more like, oh, these are just these women that I know.
Yeah.
Then,
You can't have your friends in your house because if you wear mini skirts, that's the end of your relationship.
And then the fear of your friends want your husband.
Yes, because your husband clearly can't keep his eyes
think he
closed.
can't even function.
He will be lured.
Yeah, he's a big child.
And also this idea, like you said, that boomers will make their romantic partner their everything there. That's, you even hear it in the testimonies. Today is my husband's birthday. That's my best friend, my doctor, my therapist, my aunties, my everything.
Hey, I didn't get the rest of these appellations.
And it's like, hey, what an enormous amount of pressure to put on one person. No wonder. One person, that's my best friend, my provider, my grandfather, my time this, that's my, hey!
He has friends. You see, like boomers, the men, they have their friends.
They have friends, then they'll organize their sitting. They'll, I was going to say jog up the mountain, but not jog. Gingerly walk, eat fufu, and then drive down. They're enjoying themselves.
Yeah, he's your everything, but you are one of his things. It's crazy. I actually have a video about this. I don't want to, but yeah, the aunties, they will be receiving their respectful lashings this weekend.
Hey!
Yeah, respectful lashings.
We'll tell you exactly where to go to find these lashings when they drop nice and hot. But what about male friendships as well, with the, men and women can't be friends conversation? How do you think we navigate that as millennial women? What do what is the intel saying?
I don't want to, negate anyone's experience, but I've been very lucky to have male friends.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, I've had, a few. I have male friends that I've been friends with since I was a teenager. Most of my strongest male friendships are guys I met around or before the age of 25. Okay. I don't know if that's significant in any way, but the male friends I've known longer are better, whereas with female friends, I have friends that I made in the past 5 years and they become some of my best friends. But yeah, I've been lucky to have male friends. But when people say it's not possible, I try not to contradict them, but that hasn't been my personal experience.
Okay.
I found that I have, like, I enjoy male friendships. They're cool. They're okay. They don't really hit different. They're okay. They're okay. They're okay.
It'll do
They're
because
okay.
they start off with, are you sure you want to be a friend? And then they say, yes, I want to be a friend. And then you find out 6 weeks in,
6 weeks
after rejecting a
Diabolical.
cinema date, that you actually didn't want to be friends.
I feel like the trick is to have male friends that you're not each other's type. That's my thing.
Okay.
With all my male friends, we are not each other's type. So everything stays nice and everything's very copacetic. I know you like tall, big boob girl. Yeah,
I mean, do these. Everybody is their type, okay? Please. Everybody is their type. Any number can play. Hey.
Okay, maybe my male friends, they are consistent about their type. They are very consistent.
Any water can quench the fire.
Hey, my male friends are picky. They are
okay.
They are the girls and the women that they've dated from the time we were teens. Consistent. They look like sisters. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Time check. It is some 19 minutes past the hour of 11. This is still 3 Lounge on 3FM 92.7. We're locked in here with Kimberly Mensah Aborampa talking about Abrewa Core, toxic auntification. We've been talking about that since we started Funky Friday. How we can also, how you and I can also level up in terms of introspection. I thought that was a very meaningful part of the conversation. And we're also looking at the differences across the different generations and how we do things.
Maybe we should form like a subset of toxic auntification, because I'm convinced there's a dedicated group of women in their 30s who can ride a bike, and we can't let this go on.
No, this auntification, I can't help you fight it. I should go and fall down.
Oh, yes, you
Please,
have
I'm
to.
scared.
You have to. Like once it's nothing. You can do it. We'll get the government involved.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. We're still locked in live right here on 3 Lounge on 3FM 92.7. It is still Funky Friday, and Kimberly is here. She's my millennial woman extraordinaire, dropping some serious gems on us this morning. I want us to do some friendship, green flag, red flags.
Okay.
Because we were just talking about, friendships, female friendships, male-female friendships. And, I mean, to end on the male-female friendship verdict, you say it can work. Men and women can be friends. Just make them before the age of 25.
Yes, in my
That's
experience.
just, at least in your experience. Personally, I don't see it working because some of you are liars. Let's play friendship, green flag or red flag. Tell me if it's a green flag or a red flag. Let me take my time with this flag.
Okay.
Your friend celebrates your achievements but never posts you.
Never ever.
Never ever.
So where do they celebrate in person?
They celebrate they might say, oh, good job. But let's say maybe on their story, you've just announced that you are now the CEO of the world.
Well, yeah, my favorite position. Okay. And they haven't posted it.
And they haven't made it a point to post about it.
Do they post regularly, other people?
Let's hypothetically say that they've posted every celebrity under the sun. Angelique Kidjo recently got her
The star,
Hollywood star, that's right. And they posted about it. You are now the CEO of the world. And they didn't post about it. They didn't even put it on their story. Is it a red flag, a green flag, or maybe an amber flag? You're watching them.
I'd say green flag, but I'd address it. I'd say, how come you haven't posted me now that I'm your president? How come you haven't posted me? But if they support me other ways, green flag.
All right, your friend tells you the truth even when you don't want to hear it.
Green flag.
Ooh.
I welcome it.
Okay, you're not afraid of the truth.
As long as your delivery is, you deliver with love. You can be honest. Some people hide behind honesty to be cool. You can tell me the truth, but if you as long as your delivery is with love, I want to hear it. I welcome it.
I mean, I would love to say that I want to hear the truth, but sometimes that scares me. But I do know that it takes a lot of bravery and love to tell somebody something that might be uncomfortable, at the risk of them maybe being annoyed with you or being unhappy with you, especially if it's something that they really need to hear and you think they really need to hear. But of course, that can be subjective. But it could be something that, you think, well, if I don't say something, others might pick up on it and, could cause them some embarrassment. All right. Your friend disappears whenever she's in a relationship. She has a new boo. Goodbye.
Red flag. Red flag. Like you ditch me because you have a boy?
Maybe she's not good at multitasking.
Oh, it like relationship or newborn. I would understand newborn.
Okay.
But you are dealing with a grown person that you don't have to care for like a child. You could make time for me. So if you once you ditch me, you can't unditch. That's my only thing. So absolute red flag.
Once you ditch, you cannot unditch.
No do-overs.
Your friend gets a promotion and suddenly becomes very distant.
Depending on the circumstance, if she's very busy, green flag. Maybe she's just very busy. Distant or, is she distant or she's disappeared?
Okay.
If she's a little distant, she's busy.
She's busy.
Yeah, she's busy.
Okay. All right. Your friend refuses to compete with you.
Refuses?
Yeah, they don't want to compete with you.
Very, very
They let you
beautiful.
have the shine. They let you have, have your moment. It's a green flag.
Green flag because I'm not competing with her either.
Good. And your friend calls you out privately, but defends you publicly.
The greenest of flags.
Yes.
That's my MO.
Yes.
Green
Is that
flag.
something that you do as well? Even where your friend is... I remember having a falling out with a friend of mine because we were out and about and everybody was piling on for some reason and she added to it. And I said, you could have in that moment? Because I would have, been your strongest supporter. And then when we go, outside, we're in a club, after the club, say, oh, you too sometimes,
So I have fully defended friends. I know she's wrong.
Yes.
I know. But, I'm going to do the PR defense and then behind the scenes say, hey, so about this, maybe you could have, yeah. But, depending on the extent of the crime, but as much as possible, I will defend you. I'm very big on defending the people I love.
All right, so that is it for the friendship green flag or a red flag. Thank you for playing, Kim. Now, you talked a little bit about your fashion brand. Is that what you've got on today?
Yes, I'm wearing a new style. My fashion brand is True Fond Ghana. So this is a variation of an existing style, our best-selling kite set. So I wanted something funky to go with Funky Friday.
I love it.
Thank you. And I'm using a fabric that I used for a dress in a previous video. So I think it went with the vibe of today's, show, and I'm going to be keeping it as a limited edition for a while, just to celebrate.
Have you thought of naming it?
I'm still I don't know. Aberwako is very tempting, but I might come up with something else. Maybe not the Aberwako set. So I'll keep it around for a while. To celebrate the vibe we are in. But yeah, this is my new baby.
And you do make some beautiful pieces. How long have you been doing this for?
I started my fashion brand in 2015. 2015. So it's been 11 years.
Wow.
11 years of fashion, of African fashion. Most of my customers are in the US and the UK. I've only started getting orders locally this past year. I did a whole thing for Valentine's Day. I was, helping the men, helping the boys, surprise their women with the kite set, like I mentioned. So I've been in the fashion business for a decade now.
Oh, I love that. You walked in today with the Apuskeleke. I said, that's right. That's how we're fighting toxic antification. Legs out, bit of cleavage. You can't tell me nothing. I do what I like.
Thank you.
Let's get to know you a little bit more. Let's play a rapid fire right about now.
Okay.
And as the name suggests, rapid fire, don't think about it too much. Okay, this is also how you fight toxic antification. No right answers. All right, morning person or night owl?
Night owl.
Introvert or extrovert?
Introvert.
In one word, describe yourself.
Mischievous.
Oh. What's that one thing you're unapologetically obsessed with right now?
True crime.
Oh,
true crime.
True crime obsessed.
Yeah, true crime.
In a little town in Oklahoma, two boys made their way into the woods, and what they discovered, and then it's always somebody's head, leg.
Yes,
and you watch
after
it
5 days.
After 5 days.
Yeah.
You watch it late at night, I'm sure.
Yes, it's my comfort show. Yeah, with a snack. Yeah.
Same. Spontaneous plans or carefully curated outings?
Carefully curated.
You don't like spontaneity?
No, because I mean, have I slept? Do I have my snacks?
It's giving up very well.
I know, but I'm cranky when I'm hungry. I have to plan.
What's your biggest green flag in a friendship?
Someone who likes deep introspection. It's my favorite thing. Deep talks.
I love that. What's one thing that instantly annoys you?
Oh, it's so many things. Just one.
Yeah.
Phone calls.
Don't call Kimberly.
Yeah.
If you weren't doing what you do now, what is that alternative thing you would be doing?
I would probably I would want to do like crime scene investigation.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Inspector Mediaco.
Yeah.
Instagram or TikTok?
Instagram.
What's that one piece of advice you give to women that you also need to remind yourself of?
Don't be afraid to ask for help. Ask for help.
True. Money or free time?
Money, I guess. Money. Yeah.
Okay, solo dates or a girl's night out?
Solo dates.
You just said the spice of flavor. Women.
I know, but I mean, yeah, I like the socially. I like to be by myself, but if we are getting to the nitty gritty of,
so that's just the introversion coming out.
I like to be by myself.
Okay. What's that one thing that people would be surprised to learn about you?
That I'm an introvert. I always, if you spend the whole day with me, at some point I would go quiet. So if we spend the whole day together, I will talk maybe for like a full, maybe 2-3 hours, and then I will just stop talking. A lot of people find that weird. There's nothing wrong. I'm just tired of talking.
Uh-oh.
I'm not angry. I'm just done talking.
You've said enough.
Yeah, like,
you've said everything you need to say.
Yeah, now I'm thinking.
Because if you say everything today, what will you say
Exactly.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
Dr. Aborampa, you ate with that one. What's that one trend you absolutely don't understand?
I've said this before, but this thing dance.
I don't know what it is. What is it?
I don't know the smelly dance.
Is it meant to be a fish?
I don't know what it is, and I don't know who came up with it. They need to be jailed. Every time I've seen dance routines where I've started and I like the video. The moment I see that, I take back my like. I don't like it. I don't want to encourage it. I need it gone.
I don't know who did it first, but I think I agree with you. Jail. In fact,
Jail.
Under the jail.
Take that and bring back Azonto in full force. Yeah. Bring back Azonto.
See, even Azonto, now I appreciate Azonto. At the time, I was thinking, what, everybody's sweating and, tell the guys, cool down.
I saw a cool Azonto recently and now I'm convinced. I saw someone do a very swaggy.
Very cool.
Yeah, very, like the energy.
Let's see the demo.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm working on it. But yeah, it was cool. I was convinced. I'm converted. So now I've been practicing behind this thing. So stay tuned.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And what would you prefer? A friend who's brutally honest with you or one who protects your feelings?
Absolutely protects my feelings. I'm very big on protection because if the alternative is brutally honest,
don't
fine.
Brutalize me.
Exactly. It protects my feelings. But yeah.
What's that one thing you think millennial women are absolutely getting right?
Embracing nostalgia.
Yeah.
We are not embarrassed about reminiscing about the old times. Yeah, we still talk about, we miss our Nokia phones. We don't care if you think, we miss it.
Yeah.
We miss school. We miss this back in the day. We are still into Harry Potter and we are not ashamed.
Funny you should mention that. Yesterday on Throwback Thursday, we were talking about the good old days and we pulled up the phone booth, having to load that card to make phone calls, waiting for the dial-up, sharing a family phone, having boys put the Nelly plaster under their eyes to go play basketball at aviation. If I look at this, I don't understand who this phone reminds me of. The short one that was bring the short phone. If I mention the name right now, they'll shut down the station.
Oh my goodness.
God bless.
And then the vibrating, and you could throw it against the wall.
No, it reminds me of a person's short.
Oh my goodness. This person is somewhere and the person knows it's them.
No, they don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know.
Okay.
The person doesn't live far from here.
Oh, wow.
You see, be at the home of affairs. Anyway, what else do I have on the list? Would you rather have unlimited travel for life or unlimited money to shop with?
Can I use the money to travel?
Kim, you're making my life hard.
Okay, I guess unlimited
Would you
travel.
rather have unlimited travel? The money for the travel, you can't use it for anything else but the travel.
Travel.
Okay, and also the money for the shopping is only for the shopping.
Travel.
Okay, where do you want to see?
I want to go to Kenya. I want to go to Europe. Yeah, Kenya, Europe. Mind you, the travel I'm talking about is going repeatedly to the same 4 places. But yeah, Kenya, Greece, maybe Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that is it for the rapid fire segment
Ended
of the too soon.
Yeah.
There's more to come.
Okay.